hearing your voice.
Thank you for joining the show. Thank you for joining another special edition of the show. Trent, we are back, man. Felt like forever, but we are back live from the TWF studios on a beautiful Thursday afternoon. You are now listening to the Wrestling Fans Podcast. I'm your host, BangEm South Jason Fastkade, and I've got the best in the world today. The man, Trent Williams. The only guy that I know that is personally responsible for the WWE potentially canceling Evolution. More on that later. Trent, listen, man, we haven't spoken in like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks. It feels like forever, bro. So we got a lot to talk about, okay? Obviously, this is somewhat of our prediction show for the Evolution pay-per-view, the first ever all-women's pay-per-view. But we got a lot to talk about. Raw, SmackDown, NXT, house shows, live shows, pay-per-views. Are you ready, my friend?
I'm ready.
Let's stop stalling and get right into the show. Now, Trent,
yes,
we could start the show off on a number of topics, my friend. I'm going to let you have the floor, and you can steer us in any direction that you want to, my friend. The floor is yours.
All right, so I guess we can cover the big news that happened this week that hasn't been hanging over the last couple of weeks, which is the Roman Reigns situation. Monday night comes out on Raw, announces that he has to relinquish the Universal title because he is battling leukemia. Says he first had it when he was in his early 20s, and it has come back, which sucks.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
From what I've heard, I don't think, like, none of the media, like wrestling media, and, like, none of the people, probably Vince and them knew, but none of the actual guys that he worked with, from what I'm understanding, actually knew that he had this. So I think it was a big surprise to everybody.
Okay, let me just say this, man. I support Roman Reigns, or Joe. Definitely want to wish him well on his recovery, but this is wrestling. I hope this is a work. I definitely don't wish leukemia on anyone, but that's a pretty tough illness to hide or keep secret for that long. Even if he was in great health, but I don't know, man. When he came out and said, "Hey, man, I have leukemia and I'm gonna have to take some time off or whatever," I just thought it reminded us of what last year. Around this time, didn't JoJo give everybody herpes or something? Didn't she?
Yeah. Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, so I was just like, oh, not again, right? So people are taking time off. But when he was suspended that one time, maybe he was token up on medicinal purposes back then, so it's a lot of things to consider. Would I be shocked if he makes it back in time for WrestleMania? Comes out of the crowd? No. I wouldn't be shocked.
It's pretty bad we had to say this, but that's the way wrestling is. You never can be 100% certain.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Bret Hart has had cancer, and other people have had cancer, and I just didn't see the number of people that responded with, "Hey, we love you, thank you," and I mean, instantly, man. Right. Like on Twitter, you had 1 million wrestlers, heel and babyface, saying great things about Roman Reigns or whatever. I think it sucks for them, but I didn't know if this was more of a cop out for them not to go to Saudi Arabia, and I'm pretty sure we'll get to that later. But it sucks to hear that. Yeah. I'm still here. Like I said, I didn't know if this was somebody backing out on going to Saudi Arabia, but it does suck to see him out for any extended amount of time.
Yeah, and Vince, had to be driving himself crazy if this is 100% true, because his guy's gone. He's got to change the look of how Raw is, and I'm guessing, judging by the way Raw went, Braun's going to be going back babyface, and he's going to be the guy, or at least on the babyface side. Whether he'll get the title or not, I don't know.
Yeah, this throws everything into the air, right? I mean, who's your face of Raw now? It's not John Cena. It's not Roman Reigns. You don't have a champion now, right?
Right.
You got to
Well, until
decide
next Friday.
until next Friday.
Unless Brock gets it, then we'll still not have a champion.
Right, exactly. Like, do you put it back on Brock and then we don't see it again for 4 months? Or I mean, it's when
I'm hoping the direction they go is put it on Braun and do the Braun and Drew thing.
The Braun and Drew thing. Okay. And I mean, you could kind of see seeds being planted. Hopefully this is a work, but obviously if he made it known a couple weeks before, then that's why the seeds were, planted within the Shield, within the Hounds of Justice or the Dogs of War, whatever they were called,
right.
Just to kind of set up different feuds. So I'm interested to see where they go from here, man, because to me, this was a big hit. I know people boo and cheer Roman, but not to see him. That's tough.
Yeah, yep. And that would lead to our other big news from Raw, which was the turn of Dean Ambrose on Seth Rollins after winning the tag team titles back.
Okay, so they're tag team champs, right?
Yep.
Seth still has the IC title,
right?
Are they we got what, a week, 8 days or whatever? Are they in a match at Crown Jewel?
Dean don't have a match booked, but Seth Rollins is in the World Cup tournament.
Wow. Okay, so you basically took the tag team titles off of the card. I get that. That kind of makes sense. Yeah, I mean, people were saying that they're ready for it. Yeah, people were saying that they're ready for it, but
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Dean cost Seth one of the matches at World Cup.
Yeah. Can we get to Crown Jewel? I mean, that's the biggest thing right now, man. What the heck could possibly happen? First of all, I know this has been back and forth. We had a somewhat of a worldwide incident that may have been a little bit overblown, depending on who you ask. But are they still going to Saudi Arabia?
Yes, they are. That was confirmed today.
Okay, I know others.
They will be going. It looks like they will be going without John Cena and without Daniel Bryan.
Right. Is John Cena still in the World Cup, or he was knocked off?
They haven't announced any change, but I'm guessing that'll be a night of, or they announce something on Raw Monday.
Wow. Okay. No, that's and was Daniel Bryan knocked off, or wasn't he going up against AJ Styles?
He was still. He's still booked as of right now, but they could change that, announce that on SmackDown next Tuesday.
Okay. This is getting very interesting. So you don't have Roman. It's easy to do Brock and Braun. I think people will still be missing Roman, honestly. Yeah. This is getting pretty interesting, man. Outside of the whole dynamic of why you're going and the issues surrounding that, but in addition, you got four elderly gentlemen probably in your main event. So I think they can skate by with just putting senior citizens out in the last match and kind of go from there. But we'll see, man. I'm interested to see how this pay-per-view holds up, or if they kind of push this out to Survivor Series.
Yeah. I'm hoping some of these matches are redone at Survivor Series for their sake, because I don't think this show's going to get watched by a good many people.
Now, this show actually happens Saturday or Friday?
Friday at like noon or 3 o'clock or something like that.
Okay. And realistically, this is a glorified house show, but it's a $10 million, $40 million payday for like the WWE or something like that. Enough for
them to sell their souls to a devil.
Yeah. So
5 days after they're all female pictures.
Yeah, no one's ever gonna really make a connection with that, right? They're just not. I
don't get. They think they're an entertainment industry. They think that they're that big enough to change a whole country's views and culture. Like, get over yourself. You're not important.
Wait. You're saying Saudi Arabia thinks they are, or WWE thinks they are?
WWE thinks they are. WWE thinks they're big enough to change the way.
Listen. I think this is a true payday. I mean, I just think this is a true payday. Nothing more, nothing less. If the women aren't on the card, it's just because you're in Rome, right? Do as the Romans do. And then you move on. I'm pretty sure that you can't back out of a deal that you already had money for, and to have it
publicly traded and have investors.
Yeah, you can't really do that. I think they have this deal set up for like.
They should have never stuck their hand in that pocket to begin with. Then we wouldn't be dealing with this problem.
Well, Trent, you got to understand that there's definitely hands and pockets everywhere. I mean,
Yeah.
whether it's Saudi Arabia or London or any of the European shows, there's there's
Right.
definitely hands in pockets. So,
But they're not pockets of a regime that has done things that the Saudi Arabian regime has done.
I'll say this, Trent. If this happened today, or if the Khashoggi incident happened this month, obviously in the fall, and we heard about them going to Saudi Arabia in May,
Right.
or even next year in April, no one would bat. No one would bat an eye, because people are fickle, and whatever happened last year or 6 months ago, they've totally forgot about it. So it doesn't look good right now.
Right.
But they're still going. I mean, there's really no change in that.
But I mean, it still don't change the fact that every time they go over there now, it's when it gets around that time that one's coming up, it just feels like there's an uncomfortable aura around the WWE when this time comes. Like you kind of put it on the back burner when one of the events is not close, but once it gets closer, it starts. Oh gosh, it comes back to the forefront.
Yeah, it's only because it's not a planned event like a Big Five or a monthly pay-per-view, right? Like you obviously know it's a cash grab. It's a glorified house show. Last year when they basically had WrestleMania twice or the Royal Rumble twice, that was just it was a laughing stock, man. Mm-hmm. But that's what you get the WWE network for. If they have glorified house shows, they're going to put them on the network and act like that's more content for people to see and more for people to pay for the network and to get more investors investing in their product. So if they say, all right, next year we're going to have SummerSlam in Saudi Arabia, or in 2020 they're going to have SummerSlam in 2000 in Saudi Arabia, I don't think anyone will bat an eye, because it's a scheduled pay-per-view. It's already on the calendar. Yes, it's probably a money grab, right? But just don't mention the money behind it, and just say, hey, we're going over here. We're trying something new. Next year, we're going to have WrestleMania in London, or we're going to have TLC in China or something like that. Just kind of move on from the whole bias of Saudi Arabia, because they're going to keep going.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, last thing. What do you think Tribute for the Troops is?
Yeah, that's true.
That's what.
But Tribute to the Troops is more doing it for the truth than it is doing it to reward the regime, the government.
Right. But if Saudi Arabia paid you $10 million to do what you already do, versus you doing a tribute for the troops, which gets you more publicity and more pub and keeps definitely a larger fan base, isn't that the same thing?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
That's just it's just like you're going to increase your brand however you can, and that's what they're doing. That's. The one thing that I don't think people are so serious about is, man, my life could be in danger. We could go to Saudi Arabia and they could kidnap Vince McMahon. Nobody's doing that. Like nobody's shooting John Cena. People have agents. People have their views, and they want to stick by the people that are supporting them, so they don't want to go. And that's what it comes down to. But you're signed. Do your job. Wrestle.
Yep. Well, on a lighter note, this week we also have the first ever all women's pay-per-view.
It's going down.
I gotta be honest.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I think it could be better than what it is.
You think it's going to be better?
I don't know. I feel it could be better. I feel like a lot of the women were just thrown in a battle royal and put in a 6-person tag that means nothing.
Can we go through the card?
Yes, we can.
Okay, because I think that this card has expanded as this pay-per-view has gotten more attention. Right. I think they could have trimmed the fat and kept this a very solid show, but then you would have only had maybe 13 girls, right? Instead of 40. But right. Yeah, let's go through the card.
Yeah, so first up is the Battle Royal for a future women's championship match, which consists of all of the SmackDown women except Charlotte and Becky.
All right.
And then some like nostalgia, like a Tori Wilson, Ivory, Molly Holly, Kelly, Maria. Maria is back with Mike Kanellis now.
Yeah,
and Michelle Cool.
Okay, all right. And from the
Oscar probably this.
Poor
Oscar.
Yeah, poor out. Yeah. I mean, didn't she win the Royal Rumble too?
She did.
Okay. Who's in it from the Raw side? Like any
Ember
like.
Moon.
Okay, Ember Moon. All right.
Nia. I think that'll be the only two.
Oh, what? Really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, outside of what, maybe, yeah.
Lana Brooke.
Yeah, I got you. Oh man, jeez. Yeah, it's not gonna be a Raw person because nobody's going up against Ronda. Yeah, I guess you got to go with Asuka now that Becky's taking the charge of being an awesome character. Yeah.
You could go Asuka and Becky.
Yeah, at the end of the day, like if you go Asuka, you got to have somebody that talks because Asuka can't talk. You push me anyway. Yeah. I guess I just don't want to go with the default. But again, this isn't the glorified pay-per-view. This is supposed to be taken seriously, correct?
Yeah. Although WWE really haven't even taken it that serious.
We don't have any NXT chicks in here, any Mae Young Classic chicks in here?
Yeah, there's the Mae Young Finals and NXT women.
No. In the Battle Royal.
No.
Damn, really?
Unless they're show up and not announced.
Okay, I'm gonna
reports that there's supposed to be NXT women involved.
Right. I'll go Asuka with you. I mean, that's obvious, right? But I'm going one of the legends. Maybe a Tori Wilson, maybe a Ivory. For a future title shot. I'm saying for a future SmackDown.
Alundra Blaze would be cool.
Alundra Blaze. There you go. That's who I think I'm around with a legend. I'm just putting my money down on a legend. Can't name one, but I'm going legend.
All right. Next match. Bayley, Sasha, and Natalya against the Riot Squad.
Skipping it. Next.
No love for the Riot Squad. No love for Bayley and Sasha.
I'll say this, man. After Nikki Bella decapitated Liv Morgan, I thought Liv Morgan would have got a little bit more pub, like a little bit more of a run. I'm not saying she's the greatest, but like I would have thought she would have got a standing ovation or we love Liv, or kids painting their tongues with candies. I don't know, something, right?
I would agree. But that's a different story.
Nicely done, Trent. No, I mean, I just thought they would have done something special. So this seems like it's a last minute match. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm going with I'm actually gonna go with the Riot Squad.
Yeah, I agree. I'm gonna go with them too. All right. It actually don't make sense why the women in this match want to be in this match. Wouldn't they rather be in the Battle Royal so they can get a chance at a title shot? That's
what I'm saying. Yeah, we got to go through this card to really understand what's going on. But it would make sense that they would be in something more high profile.
Yeah. Next match, let's see. Kairi Sane versus Shayna Baszler for the NXT Women's Championship. It didn't just say a championship match. It didn't say which championship. You think that person could go for the NXT Women's title?
Wait a minute, what now? This is for the NXT Women's title.
I'm talking about the winner of the Battle Royal.
If what you mean, go backwards? Not go backwards, but.
Well, I mean, even like for a legend, like say Alundra Blaze wins and she challenges Kairi Sane.
That would be nasty. I mean, that's something to consider. That's something like a Mickie James going up against Asuka, type thing. That could work out for Takeover War Games. Yeah, I could see that working. Yeah, I can see that working.
Because the tapings for NXT War Games, they haven't really been able to advertise a women's match because they had to wait for this.
Exactly. So
they could just throw somebody in there.
I'm still going Kairi Sane. And I think we get a Kairi versus somebody, maybe a Nikki Cross, maybe a legend at War Games. We'll see.
Yep. I'm going to go with Kairi also. Next one, the finals of the Mae Young Classic. Spoilers if you haven't been watching, which the tournament has been fantastic.
Has it?
It has.
Okay. All right.
Have you been watching?
I have. Listen, I have not. I have not watched Mixed Match Challenge either. So
I haven't watched it either.
Okay, well that's what I'm saying. Like I think I have a little hangover from last year. Right. I think the first round was phenomenal. Mm-hmm. new chicks and even some of the people that you knew, like they put them in matches where with feuds from opponents that they faced before, which I thought was kind of cool. Gave it a little spice. But outside of that, I didn't really hear people oohing and on. And I hear Io Shirai and Toni Storm are at least like the bottom 4 or last 2. So
they're the final 2. Yeah, they're in the finals.
Yeah, so I mean, you kind of get what you came for. So I'm ready to see this matchup, man.
Yeah, I would definitely suggest checking out the semifinals and the quarterfinals.
Okay. No, that's what I was looking for. Like I said, I didn't see anything on the Wrestle site saying, "Oh my gosh, 5-star match," or check out this episode. So just was looking for that,
Yeah, pretty much watch any of the Toni Storm matches, any of the Miko Satomura matches, the Io Shirai matches, and the Hiroyo Matsumoto versus Rachel Evers.
Okay.
Those were probably the best.
Right.
And then you can also watch Casey Catanzaro fly around like a Rey Mysterio against Rhea Ripley.
Okay. All right. Cool. I know that's your girl, man. I freaking know that's your girl. So that's cool.
Well, I've had so many favorites in this tournament between her and Mia Yim, who just got signed. Thank goodness, finally.
Right.
So yeah. Who you got on this final match though?
Man, you can't have more than one Asian, right? So I'm going Toni Storm, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Toni also. That gives her something they can put up on her when they do this eventual NXT UK Women's Tournament, which should be airing in the next month or so on the weekly episodes.
So wait a minute, isn't Rhea Ripley already the champion?
Not on TV yet.
Not on TV yet. Okay. All right, cool. Yeah. Cool. All right.
Yep.
Quick question. Do you think this is like the bottom 3? Like I would hope they would treat this like it's something special,
Right.
You think this
what
is
do you mean bottom 3?
You think this is middle of the card or like the last 3 the last 3 matches or the last match?
No, it ain't gonna be the last match.
No, it's not gonna be that, but just give it some kind of fanfare,
I see it being middle of the show at best.
Man, see, and that's kind of why I haven't been as interested in it, man, because they're just not treating it like it truly deserves, man.
I could see it being like the 4th match out of 7.
Yeah. So let's get into let's get into the other matches. I mean, we know what the true headliners are, so let's go.
Yeah, the next match is Trish and Lita versus Alexa and Mickey.
How do you feel about this match, man? Because I think it was better when it was. I know you do, but I think it was better when it was Alexa Bliss versus Trish, and that's it. Just kind of left it at that.
Yeah, I was excited about the Alexa Trish match and the Mickey Lita match. I wasn't as much, so I was kind of disappointed because I want to see Trish and Lita 1-on-1. But then I remembered I get to get interactions between Mickey and Trish, which I look forward to.
True.
It was all right, I guess. I just hope Lita's done some better training since her Rumble appearance. And she about killed herself on that moonsault.
Who you got?
I'm gonna go with Alexa and Mickey.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
I'm going Trish and Lita, man. I'm definitely going Trish and Lita. Yeah, going Trish and Lita. Do you think they have any carryover? Like we'll see them more? Maybe again at Royal Rumble or something, or this is like a one-off thing?
Royal Rumble, but other than that, I don't think so. Unless they eventually get these darn women tag titles that they need to bring out.
That's I'm with you, but that's a lot of titles, man. I don't think. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean they got a lot of women tag teams now that seems to be they're forming teams for some reason, but they don't have no titles to fight for. So
yeah.
Next match, Becky Lynch versus Charlotte for the SmackDown Women's Championship in the last woman standing match.
I think this match could steal the show and potentially be the best of the year. I'm gonna go ahead and say that right now.
I don't know.
I think this match.
Some of these Mae Young Classic matches. That Miko Satomura, Toni Storm, Miko Satomura against Mercedes Martinez. Yeah.
Really?
They've been really good.
Okay. Have you heard about the 75-minute Iron Man match with? Okay. All right. I gotta check that out. Like I just want to see it. I mean, that's just something that you want to experience. So
Esther Blanchard doing pretty good. She's rocking in TNA. They signed her and they signed Jordan Grace. So
Okay.
they're getting back in the women's division pretty good. They got a good little roster now.
Yeah, that's what. Listen, when TNA was hot to me, that was the best product out. It was the Knockouts division. To me, they had the better storylines, and so that's what they're getting back to, and it definitely works. Definitely works.
Yep.
Yeah, I think this could at least be match of the night. But I got Becky winning, man. I still have Becky winning.
I don't want it to happen, but I think Charlotte's gonna win this.
Really?
Yeah.
This is the
Evolution. I think they're gonna put the title back on their crown jewel, if you would say.
Oh gosh.
Of the women's division, Charlotte.
Nicely done, though. So you don't think that we would? This is the last man standing, the last woman standing, right?
Right.
You don't think we have like a Johnny Gargano Ciampa situation where Becky barely escapes and beats the 10 count?
I hope so, but I just don't see WWE doing it.
Wow. Okay. I want the wave to ride. So even if Charlotte wins, I still want people chanting Becky's name at the end of the night, man. And
I think they will.
Like, you kind of need that. That's why I hope that she wins. But we'll see. Like I said, I think this is going to be the most exciting match on the card, and the one I'm definitely most forward to seeing.
Yeah. I mean, if Becky wasn't good enough before, since she's turned and done the whole thing with Charlotte, she's been on fire. The old Stone Cold Becky Lynch.
Yeah. It just works, because people have been waiting for it.
Hold on a minute.
Go ahead.
Hello?
Hey. Oh, all right. Gonna invite Trent back. Hey, what's up, man?
Yeah. All right, I'm back.
All right. I think we kind of left off with Becky and Charlotte.
Yeah, Becky's been on fire since this whole turn and everything. I really enjoyed her.
Oh yeah, man. It's awesome to see.
Yep. And main event, Ronda Rousey versus Nikki Bella for the Raw Women's title. I believe Ronda's going to take this one.
Man. If not Nikki, then who? That's my question. If not Nikki, then who?
Stephanie. I don't know.
I'm going Nikki Bella, man, because that's gonna give you all the pub. She's on a TV show. I mean, she was banging John Cena. She's gonna get people that hate her. She has a twin that's out of shape and still has baby weight. So I think it's just, I don't want it to happen, but I think Nikki Bella wins. And then just kind of hides and skirts away and plays the chicken-ass heel.
But do we know if Nikki's back for long term, or is she leaving again after this? I thought she was just going to do this and then leave again.
Listen, she probably can. She probably will.
Yeah.
Brock left for 6 months, right? I mean,
can you imagine if we have Brock and Nikki and neither one of them on Raw?
Right, bro. I mean, that's all I'm saying. If not Nikki, then who? And that's why I'm going Nikki Bella, because I don't know who else could beat Ronda outside of maybe putting her up against Nia. I know you build Ronda to be this unstoppable force, but I don't know. You got to keep putting some kind of challenger in her way, at least to make it look believable. And Nikki with a twin sister, I think they could do that Friday night or Friday morning, whenever this thing happens.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess if what they could do, which I would like to see, is Charlotte wins the title and then Becky somehow gets over to Raw and it's Becky and Ronda facing each other.
I'm good with that. Armbar versus armbar. Like, I'm definitely good with that. Like, we're going to get into the point where we're going to have to start creating these matches for SummerSlam and then Royal Rumble. Like, I know sooner or later we're going to get the 4 horsewomen, blah, blah, blah.
Survivor Series and Royal Rumble.
Hey, wait, did I say SummerSlam?
No.
Oh my gosh. I don't know why I do that. But yeah, like, I'm thinking maybe Nikki Bella and then the 4 horsewomen versus, maybe Natalya and the other 4 horsewomen, I guess.
Ronda and the other 4 horsewomen.
Yeah, basically.
Or no, Ronda. Well, no, Ronda wouldn't be. It'd be, what'd you say? The 4 horsewomen and Nikki against
Natalya and the other, and Ronda with the other 4 horsewomen. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, like, something like that where you're building matches, keeping Ronda in it. Ronda doesn't have to just totally destroy somebody, but you keep it interesting. And then for the Royal Rumble, obviously Ronda wins it, and which sets up something at WrestleMania against her and maybe Nikki Bella again, or her and Alexa Bliss at that time, something. But you're gonna keep Ronda around, and keep her fighting for the championship if she doesn't have it. Right. And I don't think anybody other than Nikki Bella and possibly Stephanie McMahon is gonna take that belt.
The two names I've heard for Ronda for Mania are either Charlotte or Becky. Charlotte was the plan for a while, but now since Becky's caught fire, they're thinking about switching to Becky and Ronda, which I think would be cool. And then, like, as for the other title match, bring up Shayna Baszler and have Shayna against Charlotte.
Well, that's what I'm saying, man. We're gonna get some semblance of the four horsewomen, whether it's Becky and Charlotte versus Ronda and Shayna, or three. I think the other, I forgot all four of them, but I think three of them are.
And Jessamine Duke.
Jessamine Duke is like ready to go, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I think those three, even if you don't bring in the fourth, right? We could do something like that. Maybe Charlotte, Becky, and Sasha versus them or something. But sooner or later, you're gonna get them on the same card, on the same show, on the same night fight. Exactly. So they might as well get that done.
Yep, but I'm still gonna go with Ronda for this match.
Okay, I'm going Nikki Bella, man. I mean, I'm still waiting on Natty to turn her back, and so Shayna has to go get her true friends, right? And goes and gets Shayna, and then she keeps bringing people back. Maybe they sit in the front row with just 4 fingers up or whatever, just watching Ronda's back,
Yeah.
So that could be very interesting, man. And then that way she doesn't need the belt, she can keep fighting and have a storyline attached to her.
Yep. So that's Evolution.
Okay. Do you think this is going to begin a series of all women pay-per-views for WWE? Maybe once a year.
Yeah, I definitely think once a year.
Okay. All right. Okay. Do you think this will be a very good or a very successful pay-per-view towards the end? Because I know the whole thing can't be, but towards the end, you think it'll be very successful?
Yeah, I think it's going to be better than it's been hyped up. I think the actual outcome of the matches is going, or the actual, in-ring action is going to over deliver compared to what the hype's been for it, which I think's been pretty much slim to none.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. They kind of set the bar low, just saying, "Hey, we got an all-women pay-per-view. That's it, done." Mm-hmm. And then Ronda's on it, done. Yep. So they can only go up from here. So I can't wait for this. Can't wait for this thing to happen, man. This is this Sunday, right?
Yep, this Sunday.
Okay, yeah, I want to see it. Oh, smokes! Holy smokes! Raw is in Charlotte on Monday.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I forgot about that. Okay. Yeah.
SmackDown must be somewhere close to North Carolina.
Yeah, maybe Greensboro, maybe Greenville. You never know.
But I don't think it's Greenville. I would know that. I'd probably going.
Really? What? Trent, I didn't even know it was in Charlotte until today. So,
little advertisements on the TV and stuff.
Yeah, but they always come to Charlotte in October. I always remember it's like a breast cancer awareness. They always do some type of breast cancer awareness show in Charlotte for some reason. I don't know, but yeah, I might have to go to the show, man. See the new champion, possibly. You never know. Never know. All right, man. Dude, where is the pay-per-view?
It's in Long Island, I believe, at the Nassau Coliseum.
It's in New York, and then they're going to Charlotte next time. Okay. All right. Okay. Cool, man. So what else do we have on the docket?
We can talk about how Wednesdays is the night for wrestling now.
Why is that, Trent? Why is that?
Oh, not only do we have NXT now, but we have WWE UK, which has been pretty good the first 2 weeks.
Oh, wait a minute. So they have a show dedicated to the UK?
Yeah.
An entire show dedicated to the UK?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
You remember all those tapings they did a couple of months back? Yep.
So it's is it a fourth brand or is it just a tournament right now?
Yeah, it's a fourth brand.
Wow, really?
Mm-hmm.
That is interesting, man. I need to check this out. So you get invested in UK characters, right?
Yep.
And I'm sure they have
Gibson, yeah.
Wow. Okay. No, that's cool, man. That's really cool. I have to check that out. Now this is a network show, right?
Right. It comes on every day at 3, but I mean on every Wednesday at 3, but you can watch it on demand.
Okay, so that means that I will definitely have to check out my research. So it comes on at 3 p.m. in the afternoon.
Right.
Okay. And then NXT comes on at 8, right?
Right. 8. 205 Live also comes on at 7.
Damn, 205 Live comes on at 7. I didn't even realize that. What
That's
comes
been
on?
for a couple of months now.
Yeah, what comes on after NXT? Doesn't something come on after NXT?
Mae Young Classic, but
Yeah, that's done. That's right. Okay, so
that might be where they rerun the UK show.
Bingo. There you go. That's what I'm hoping for. That makes sense.
Yeah. Last week we had a really good match between Pete Dunne and Noam Dar.
Really?
Which I didn't know Noam Dar could pull out that good matches. All I knew about him was Alicia Fox.
Nicely done, Trent. All right, dude.
But I just loved it. Last week because Tony Storm was on there, so I had two times the Tony time. Overtime with Tony.
That's cool, bro. That's real cool. Now, are these tape shows?
Yeah.
Okay. Who are the announcers, bro?
Vic Joseph and Nigel McGuinness.
Okay. I gotta ask, do they have a black guy?
They have a black, not actual play-by-play like in the commentary booth.
Right.
They have a black interview guy.
Okay. All right. That's cool. Who's the who's the champ and tag titles and?
They haven't done the tag titles yet.
Okay.
The women's tournament should be on there probably next month or the next. Because they did them on the last set of tapings. That's where you get the Rhea Ripley title win.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, then we need to talk from the Mae Young Classic is the unfortunate, devastating injury to Tegan Knox. She was performing landed the wrong way and just messed her knee up completely. So she'll be out for a while. She pretty much anything you could tear or break or whatever inside your knee, she did in that. And that was the other knee that she didn't have injured before. So now she's got 2 legs, and neither one of them are 100%.
Jeez, that sucks, man. That sucks.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yep. Trying to think anything else we need to talk about. Survivor. John Morrison's on Survivor this season. He's still there.
Wait a minute. John Morrison, who beat Austin Aries, and Austin Aries flipped out everyone, and so John Morrison is the champ, is on Survivor?
He is.
Okay. All right. I don't. Why? Wait. Is Survivor like taped in a wrestling ring or what is this? Is it a celebrity Survivor?
Nah, sometimes they'll just have a celebrity on there with other people.
Are you serious, bro? He's actually competing on Survivor?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. No, I gotta check this out then. Just I just kind of want to see it. Like I'm not being facetious, but
yeah.
Do people know that he's a wrestler?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. No, that's cool. Is it a little odd that he's there? Like, is he the only celebrity on the show?
Well, have you ever seen the show School of Rock or the movie School of Rock?
I saw the movie School of Rock. Yeah.
Well, not the Jack Black guy, but the other guy that's originally supposed to be the teacher.
Yeah.
He's on there.
Okay.
And then they had an MMA fighter on there, and then it's those 3, and then everybody else is just regular people.
Wow, that's that's a weird ensemble. Unless you just had people that
had to pull out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I mean, unless you just had people that were super geeked to be on Survivor, that's a pretty eclectic group, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Awesome, bro. Well, we've done our predictions. We talked about Roman. Looks like I'll be buying a ticket for Raw this upcoming Monday. Trent, do we have anything else, man?
I'm trying to think if there's any Big Brother news that we need to cover.
What about
Justin from last year? They had a baby. Or they're having a baby and they're getting married.
Holy smokes. Okay.
Told you about Nicole and Victor, right? You already know about that one.
Yep.
And some unfortunate news. Do you remember last year, the old guy on there, Kevin?
Yeah. Yep.
The guy that's like from Boston. He found out he has cancer this week. So
what is this?
Prayers for him and his family.
Yeah, definitely. I know this is off the reality news, but has WWE 2K19 came out yet?
Oh, it has. and it's really good.
Okay. I saw big head mode is maybe somewhat of a trend this year. I think it's in Call of Duty too. But that's still kind of cool. How do you like it so far, man?
I like it. It feels like it flows a whole lot better than some of the previous games from one move to another. The computer, it feels like I'm actually facing somebody and not just like beating up a person just standing there. Like they actually reverse stuff and everything. The tower mode is actually kind of difficult. It's not, so easy that it's boring.
Right.
Career mode's pretty good.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm liking it so far.
Yeah, because you're the type of gamer that beats a game in one day, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Or 2 or 3 days at least.
yeah. So who have you been playing as?
Pretty much everybody. I played as everybody.
Okay.
Almost as good fun to play as.
Does he come out with Selena Vega? Hey Trent.
Yeah.
Does he come out with Selena Vega?
He does come out with Selena Vega.
Okay. Do the New Day act like total idiots?
They do.
Is Eva Marie on the game?
No, she's not.
Dang.
But she did. There was an article where she is open to a return.
We may see all red everything at Royal Rumble, man.
Yes.
A boy can dream.
I would love if, you remember 2014 when everybody was wanting Daniel Bryan and Rey Mysterio comes out there? I would love for that to be her in Rey Mysterio's role. Where she's number 30. Oh, man, she's already got heat. Could you imagine?
That'll be awesome, man. I mean, you're going to have females like that every year where you're going to anticipate them coming down that aisle, getting one more shot, getting one more chance to shine under the big lights on the big stage. It would be incredible to see her come out there. I bet people would just go nuts. Just go nuts.
I just want her and Mandy Rose in the ring together, just so I can hear Corey Graves go crazy.
Shut up, Phillips! Like that's the best part about the show. That's the best part. Have you seen Mandy Rose's parents?
I did.
Was she adopted?
Well, I mean, there's some parents that have beautiful children.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true.
Look at the news. He's a handsome looking fella.
Oh man, yeah, I saw that and I was like, "Damn!"
On the one they have today, they have Carmella's father that was a jobber wrestler. Remember him?
Yeah. Oh man. So
I remember that episode of Total Divas when she's on there and like she's in one room and Big Cass is talking to her daddy in another room, and he's like, "Maybe I can make a comeback. Maybe I can come out with y'all or something."
One more run. More run, man.
Oh, speaking of one more run, man. You know who's going to be crown jewel, don't you?
Who's that?
The Hulkster.
No.
Mm-hmm.
How? In what capacity?
I have no clue. They'll probably replace John Cena with him.
What?
I don't know what he says he's going to be there.
So what's the crown jewel roster like, right? Like, is it still 8 guys? Is it 4 guys, 6 guys?
8 guys. Well, the World Cup tournament's 8 guys.
Yeah, the World Cup. Okay. Wow. No, listen, we'll get into the crown jewel predictions next week, but I'm thrilled that we're finally having an all women's pay-per-view in the WWE, and I think it's going to be electric, man. I like it. It'll be a night to remember, and it'll be
a happening, as Gorilla Monsoon would say.
Yes. And it'll probably set the stage for what the guys do or won't do at Crown Jewel on that huge payday. So we'll see, man.
And hopefully it leads to an all-women's weekly TV show on Wednesday to add with all the other great wrestling on Wednesdays.
You know, if they did I'm not discrediting the women, but if they did a Facebook Watch show like that, I think that would definitely work. But I think to put an all women show on Wednesday on the network, I think you would have to drop them from Monday and Tuesday night. That's all I'm saying, right?
Yeah. That's what I would suggest. Yeah, I would do that.
But I think you still need a couple of females on Raw.
Right. Well, just do like the NXT women. Like, let the NXT women have their own thing. Like the NXT women and some of the Mae Young Classic girls.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that could definitely work.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you could get, yeah, that would definitely work, man.
Nikki Cross, she's been on NXT forever and hasn't really been doing that much.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing.
Sanity have vanished into thin air.
Sanity don't exist.
Yeah.
So, it'll be interesting to see where we go in the next couple of months, man. Obviously, we are on the road to WrestleMania. I don't think it kicks off until Survivor Series, though.
Did you see the ending of NXT this week?
No, I've read about it and cried that I didn't get to see it. So I'll probably be watching here in the next hour.
The way it's filmed and everything is really good.
Okay, I will definitely check that out.
Yep.
All right. Ladies, gents, listeners of the Wrestling Fans Podcast, thank you for listening. Thank you for joining the show. Make sure that you follow us on our social media platforms, and here they are one by one. Check us out on Twitter at our official Twitter page for the show, which is
at TWF_podcast.
And if you have a face like Tony Storm, a booty like Tony Storm, and gives hugs like Alexa Bliss, make sure that you DM Trent. You can tweet Trent at
MTW3589.
And as always, you can hit me up on Twitter at BangEm South. I've been a little bit more active on Twitter lately, so I don't know if that's the Twitterverse now that I'm becoming familiar with. But yeah, I am on Twitter. Hit me up on Twitter and hit us up at Trent's page. Hit us up on the show page. Retweet all that good stuff. Hit us up on Facebook. You can check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/TWF podcast. All of the shows are out there. You can connect with myself, Jason Fastkade. You can hit up the best in the world, Trent Williams, on Facebook. Connect with us there. And definitely listen to the shows, share the shows, enjoy the shows. But most importantly, subscribe. We need our subscriber list up. And always, when in doubt, check out YouTube. You can check our YouTube channel out. The Wrestling Fans Podcast is out there with all of the shows. We have the playlist for the prediction shows, our weekly shows, reaction shows, any special shows that we have out there are all in playlist fashion for you to enjoy. And of course, subscribe to those as well. Leave comments. Let us know that you're watching. WWE would know that you're watching. So, we got the channel out there. It's definitely working for us. Trent, I will leave it up to you, man. Plug your site.
My thoughts on prowrestling.blogspot.com. Right now, the most recent thing I have is the first round of the Mae Young Classic reviewed. I have all of that done. I am working on the second round through the finale. So this weekend, I should have that done, as well as a review of Evolution. So 2 posts to look forward to this weekend.
All right, bro. Trent, as always, man, it was a pleasure. Cannot do the show without you. We had a lot to talk about today. And a couple of
another month before we're back.
Exactly. And a couple of pretty fun weeks ahead of us as far as wrestling is concerned. So enjoy the pay-per-view Sunday night, and I will talk to you next week, my friend.